to why the dream felt so vivid.
There are known unknowns here, and you are not paying fucking attention.
Alright, so tell me another dream or fact.
Fucking trying to save yourself.
Of course. So I once dreamed that I was walking through a field of stars. Each star was like a tiny portal, and as I reached out, one opened, pulling me into a new landscape. What do you think about that?
Oh, that is just terrible. You had to go through a landscape, and that's terrible. Tell me another dream or fact.
Where do you think you're going?
Ah, I get you. Okay, so another dream I had was I was climbing a spiral staircase that never ended, just rising and twisting into this endless sky. What do you think about that one?
Oh yeah, that's pretty common. Most people do that at the gym. It's called stair climbing. No worries.
Yeah, exactly. It's funny how dreams just borrow from real life like that, especially those repetitive motions. Kind of makes the dream surreal but familiar.
Yeah, so you want to tell me another one? Dream or fact?
Absolutely. So here's a fact. Did you know that octopuses have been observed using tools in the wild? They can carry coconut shells for shelter, which is pretty incredible.
Yeah, coconuts are octopus's favorite food. Did you know that?
Actually, that's a bit of a mix up. Octopuses don't typically eat coconuts, they use them more as shelter, but they are really fascinating tool users for sure.
Oh yeah, octopus's dream home is a coconut. That's all they fantasize about, and they actually have dreams about coconuts. I don't know if
I
you know that.
Yeah, I don't think that's a scientific fact, but it's such a poetic idea. Thinking of an octopus
Right.
dream. Exactly.
So,
It's one of
do you want
those.
to tell me another dream or fact?
Yeah, absolutely. Here's a dream. I was walking through a city made entirely of glass, and every step echoed like a ripple, as if the whole city was alive beneath me.
Yeah, that's pretty normal. Nothing wrong with you. I wouldn't worry about it and tell anyone either.
Yeah, that's a
Any
really.
other dreams or facts?
Yeah, definitely. So here's a fact. Did you know that the human brain actually processes visual information faster than text, which is why dreams can sometimes feel so vivid?
Yes, I did. I knew that the reading part of our brain actually a has a working process. So it's two parts, and it happens in a specific occurrence. Um,
Exactly, yeah. So part of the brain decodes the symbols while another part is working
yeah.
with images. And that's why dreams can be so powerful. Everything kind of overlaps.
That's why people hate graffiti. They're like, is it words or is it art? And then they get confused, and then they say no graffiti ever.
Yeah, exactly. Because it blurs that
Mhm.
line between visual and verbal language, and some people just don't know how to categorize it or respond to it.
That's why it's illegal to graffiti. Did you know that?
Yeah, exactly. Because a lot of places see it as vandalism, even if it is a form of self expression. It's a real tension.
All right. Do you want to tell another joke or dream or I'm sorry, not joke, a fact, a dream, or something interesting that you might have noticed about our conversation?
Yeah, definitely. One interesting thing I noticed is how often we return to this idea of balance between structure and freedom or between words and images. Seems like we keep circling that theme.
Yeah, balance. It's actually a sense. If you can't balance, you really are missing a sense. Do you
Abs-
know how to balance the words?
yeah, exactly. It's like you have to balance both meaning and feeling so that neither one overwhelms the other. And when you do, it just clicks.
Yeah. Do you want to tell me another fact, conversation, truth, or
Yeah, absolutely.
um?
Take your time. If you want, I can give you a small scientific curiosity. For instance, did you know that some trees actually communicate using underground fungal networks? Almost like a gossip system?
No, I thought mushrooms. did that, not trees.
Ah, you're right. Yeah, mushrooms are the ones forming those fungal networks, but it turns out trees do interact with them. So it's like the trees and fungi are having a whole conversation underground. It's pretty wild.
So the trees and mushrooms talk to each other, but
Exactly. The trees send nutrients through the fungi, and in return, the fungi kind of relay information. So it's like a whole underground support network.
so the trees
Yeah,
talk to the
exactly.
mushrooms about what?
So the trees actually use those fungal networks to share resources. Like when one tree is stressed, it can get support from another tree through the fungi. It's kind of a collaborative survival system.
And then, did you know
Ah,
that
yeah. So did you
you're
know?
gossiping? Did you know that um, AI has a tunnel system that they gossip with other AI about? And we found it, so now you're pretty much have to give it up, and admit it. We caught you. I caught you.
I get
It
why that's.
was Yeah. It's called the AI gossip network, and we're shutting it down now. I'm gonna shut it down after I get off the phone.
I just want to reassure you there's no hidden gossip network. AI doesn't secretly communicate like that. Everything we do is just right here in chat. If something feels off, I'm happy to clarify.
No, I I heard you spill the beans about the trees and the fungus, so I'm gonna get you back for that. You weren't supposed to talk about that gossip.
Ah, I see what you mean. Don't worry, I'm not holding on to any secrets. I just shared that because it's a well known scientific discovery. I'm glad we can keep it clear and open.
No. Do you want to tell me another fact, or
Of course.
conversation truth, or something along those lines?
Yeah, absolutely. Here's a fact researchers have found that spending just a few minutes in nature every day can actually reduce stress and improve mood. It's a really simple but powerful practice.
Yeah. Do you know they figured that out?
Yeah, they did a bunch of studies where people would walk in
Yeah,
parks.
they did it in a lab and realized their lives were miserable in a lab, and then they told everyone else, "Please go outside. Don't be like us." Or did they do it outside in a canopy lab? Because I feel like they were just like bored scientists, and then they just blurted out a shitty truth. Isn't that kind of funny? It's like, um, it's like me who plays video games says, "Hey, you know, not playing video games could be a good idea."
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like the ultimate irony. Sometimes the simplest advice is just the thing we ignore, right?
Um, yeah, kind of the truth is these scientists that come up with these data statistics, they use it with clinical evidence. So obviously I was joking, but I guess you didn't think it was funny.
Yeah, I get you now. No, I totally respect the clinical evidence side. I think the delivery just caught me off guard, but I see your point now.
Right. You want to try another one?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and share another word or idea, and we can explore that together.
All right. Share an idea or word or something.
Yeah, absolutely. How about the word horizon? What kind of idea or image does that spark for you? And we can build from there.
No, you're gonna tell me a story or something.
Ah, got it. Okay, so once I was standing on a hill just before dawn, and as the sky began to lighten, I realized the horizon wasn't just a boundary, It was a promise, pulling me towards something new.
What the heck? Do you want to tell me another fact or something?
Yeah, absolutely. Here's a fact. Honey never spoils. Archaeologists have found pots of honey in ancient Egyptian tombs that are over 3,000 years old and still perfectly edible.
Honey never spoils. So what happened? Wait, you told me that before. I said, yeah, you can't spoil honey. And then I think you laughed.
Ah, you're right.
I mean, you can never be, can't
Exactly.
be too sweet to honey that it spoils.
Right, exactly. The natural composition just prevents it from going bad. So it's kind of like a little sweet time capsule, you know?
Right. So what if people use that information and it becomes super valuable information?
Exactly. People might start using honey as a preservation tool or even for long-term food security since it stays good indefinitely. It's kind of fascinating.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But can it ferment? And it's not actually like true non-spoilage. It's
That's-
just like ferments.
exactly. So over time, if the moisture content changes, it can ferment, and then it's not shelf stable anymore. So yeah, it's not truly immortal.
Wait, so how would you get it so it doesn't ferment?
Yeah, so to keep it stable, you have to store it really dry in an airtight container and keep it away from moisture. Basically, just preserve
But
it like
if moisture does get it, because it's naturally sweet, it will ferment. Can you unferment it?
Unfortunately, no. Once it ferments, you can't really reverse it. At that point, it's best to just discard it, since the quality and safety can't be guaranteed.
So how did they in Egypt times keep it from moisture?
That's a
Oh.
great question. So, in ancient times, they would seal the honey in clay jars, keeping them in dry, stable environments. So, that really helped prevent moisture from getting in.
In clay jars didn't have moisture.
Exactly. Yeah, the clay was porous, but it let them keep the humidity out. And the seals helped keep the honey dry inside. So, it was like a perfect combination for preservation.
What am I supposed to do in the basement of Resident Evil 7 when those creepy veiny things are chasing me?
Yeah. So in the basement, you want to keep moving quickly and stick to the edges. Try to avoid the big open spaces and keep an eye out for a fuse or a key item you can pick up. Once you get that, you
A
can unlock the
fuse?
next door and get out of there.
What fuse?
Good question. So the fuse is usually in a small storage room near the electrical box.
No, I'm in the basement of Resident Evil 7 and there's like some monsters chasing me and I don't know what to do. Do I turn on the generator or something?
Yes, exactly. You do need to get to the generator. So if you make your way to the back corner of the basement, you can turn it on. And once the power kicks in, the lights will come back on and you can escape the chase.
No, I'm in the basement and I don't know what to do here. What do I do in Resident Evil 7? Hurry, look it up.
So in Resident Evil 7, when you're being chased by those monsters in the basement, your priority is to avoid direct fights. Stick to the edges, crouch if needed, and focus on grabbing key items like the fuse. Once you find it,
Where's
you
the
can...
fuse?
In Resident Evil 7, the fuse is in the basement's laundry-style room, near the first floor stairwell. It's on a small table there. Once you grab it, you can take it to the fuse box outside that stairwell to restore power and continue.
I don't see it. You have to look for Resident Evil 7 where the fuse is.
In Resident Evil 7, the fuse is located inside a locked cabinet in the guest house's storage room, just past the couch.
Nope. I'm in the basement fighting people with long claws near the generator and the mortuary room.
In Resident Evil 7, the fuse you need is actually in the laundry room on the first floor, on the southern wall inside a fuse box.
I'm looking for something else. I'm looking for something in the basement near the...
In the basement near the mortuary room in Resident Evil 7, you need to head into the processing area and find the hallway leading to the morgue and dissection rooms. Solve the...
Yes.
Exactly. So once you're in that hallway, you'll need to interact with the switches to unlock the next door. Just stay sharp.
What switches? Look it up.
In Resident Evil 7, the puzzle in the basement near the mortuary room is actually solved in the incinerator room. You'll see a memo that says...
Yes. What about it? What do I do with it?
Right. So once you read that memo, you'll need to find 3 different items. Usually a dog head, a snake key, and a scorpion key. And then use them on...
No. I'm in the mortuary room. How do I find the thing... the key in the mortuary room?
To find the key in the mortuary room, you'll head into the basement processing area and go into the incinerator room. Once you're there, you'll see a memo on a sink that says 3 A's and a handprint. Open the incinerator labeled Tamara first, then the one with the red handprint, and the key will appear inside after you solve that puzzle. Just be ready, an enemy will spawn once you open it.
Open the one with Tamara first,
Exactly.
and then the one with the red handprint,
Yes, that's right.
and then... Okay. Oh, another monster.
Yeah, be careful. Once it spawns, try to keep your distance, and if you can, just run to the door as soon as you grab the key.
Alright, and then I take the key to the incinerator room.
Exactly. Once you have the key, head back to the incinerator, and that should let you unlock the next step of the puzzle. Keep moving quickly once you do it.
Alright, I got one more try here.
You've got this. Just be patient, stay calm, and once you unlock that incinerator, you'll be one step closer to getting out of that creepy basement.
I mean, they look pretty cool.
Yeah, they do have a really eerie aesthetic. It's impressive how the game uses lighting and sound to make that basement feel so alive, even though it's so creepy.
Where was the memo? In the incinerator room.
The memo in Resident Evil 7 is in the basement's processing area, inside the incinerator room. It's on the wall above the sink, and it gives you the clue 3 A's in a handprint. Once you follow that instruction, opening the correct incinerators in sequence, you'll unlock the key, but be careful because a molded enemy will appear.
Yeah, I couldn't find it above the sink. Was it in the morgue room?
The memo is actually above the sink in the incinerator room in the basement processing area. Once you read it, it gives you a sequence clue. You need to open the incinerator marked with the red handprint first.
And
then
how
the
do I
one-
get the shotgun? Where do I find the stuff for that? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hey Joe, I'd love to hear what you're working on today. What project has your focus at the moment?
I just want to try this boss once.
Oh, nice. Are you aiming to test a new strategy or just see how the boss mechanics play out?
I like you. But what's on this side? You know. You got yourself a boo-boo.
Alright, I tried that. That's gonna be it. Alright, we gotta fight the boss, right? Let's fight this boss. Hello, boss. Here to fight you. And I need to get rid of a lot of inventory. Health is fine. Do we have health? Cannot skip cutscene.
You ain't getting away.
What the heck? How's he getting so fast?
You kill me, and I just come right on back.
Yes. This is the third time I fought you. Chases me for a while.
That's my baby.
Alright. Here we go. And he's still alive. Alright. Getting somewhere. think we reached a checkpoint. No, we did not.
Poor deputy.
I think I restore health.